In a distant land, a man was left grieving after his beloved wife passed away. She left behind a daughter, sweet and kind-hearted, who was the light of his life. But as time wore on, loneliness compelled the man to remarry. His new wife brought her own daughter into the household, a girl utterly different in nature, with a temper as sharp as her mother's tongue. The stepmother, however, harbored deep hatred for her stepdaughter. Every smile, every kind word directed at the girl fanned the flames of envy in her heart. She couldn't bear the sight of the child and nagged the father relentlessly to send her away. Her daily complaints wore the man down until, in a moment of weakness, he relented. One gloomy morning, he told his wife to bake a loaf of bread. He planned to take his daughter deep into the forest, roll the loaf down a hill, and leave her behind as she went to retrieve it. The stepmother quickly kneaded a loaf, but cruelly made it of ash instead of flour. Soon the father led his unsuspecting daughter into the forest. At a steep slope, he rolled the bread down and told her to fetch it. But as she ran after the loaf, he slipped away, leaving her alone in the dark, whispering woods. The little girl wandered, calling for her father, but he was already gone. Night began to fall, and her heart raced with fear. Suddenly, a frail voice emerged from the shadows.
"Who is crying out there? A boy or a girl? If you're a girl, come to me. If you're a boy, away with you."
"I'm a girl, grandmother."
"Then come closer."
She followed the voice to a tiny hut where an old woman welcomed her inside. The woman fed her and offered her a place to rest. At dawn, the girl rose early, tidying the hut inside and out before her hostess awakened. The old woman smiled at her industriousness and asked her to feed her strange pets, snakes, lizards, and other slimy creatures. "Don't fear them," she reassured. The girl boiled the bran for their meal and even strung her necklace beads into little adornments for each creature. They adored her for it. Later, the old woman, pleased with the girl's kindness, took her to a river. She explained, "While you comb my hair, watch the waters. If you see them flow red, blue, or green, do not disturb me. Only wake me when they turn golden." True to her word, the girl waited until gold rippled through the waters. She gently roused the old woman, who grabbed her by the hair and dunked her into the river, crying, "Take what you can grab, child!" Emerging from the water, the girl found herself glowing like the sun and holding a chest filled with gold coins. Guided home by the old woman, the girl's radiant transformation astonished her family. The stepmother, blinded by jealousy, demanded her husband take her own daughter to the exact same spot. This time, she baked the finest loaf. But the second girl was lazy and rude. She didn't tidy the hut, scorched the animals' food, and mocked their appearance instead of understanding them. When she followed the old woman to the river, she disobeyed instructions, dipping a finger into the gold stream before its time. Irritated, the old woman dunked her into the black waters instead. The girl emerged filthy and holding a chest of writhing snakes and lizards. Her mother scorned the sight, blaming her husband for the failure. Years passed, and the golden girl blossomed into a beauty unmatched in the land. A nobleman sought her hand, and soon preparations for a grand wedding were underway. But envy burned once again in the stepmother's heart. She hid the golden girl under a tub and sent her own daughter, disguised as the bride, pulling her blackened finger from the gold dip to trick the guests. As the wedding party rode through town, a joyful procession celebrated what seemed to be a union of love and happiness. But suddenly, a rooster crowed from above, its call echoing through the air.
Kukuriku. The golden bride's under the tub and the black bride rides the steed.
Startled by the rooster's cry, the groom halted the procession, his mind racing to uncover the truth hidden beneath the celebration. With swift determination, he uncovered the deceit, retrieving the real bride hidden from view. Justice prevailed. The golden girl wed her nobleman, her radiance unmatched as they stood together, while the blackened stepdaughter returned home to face the fury of her own mother.